Hello, just wanted to do a little video on this 66 Mustang. I just have always liked Mustangs. You can see there's a Mach 1, 70 Mach 1 up there we'll do a video on sometime, and a GT350R under the cover there, so we'll review those another time, but I wanted to talk about this 66 Mustang. 289 automatic, restored pretty much back to period correct spec. I did put some Willwood front disc brakes on the front, power disc brakes, but I kept the back drum so that the e-brake and everything worked a little better. See the interior, kind of a parchment color. Some of the things I did, some was done before me. The interior was actually done. They did a pretty good job. I added the rally pack, so that's kind of fun. Tachometer and a clock. I love this old school stuff. It's kind of fun. It's just an automatic, so again, nothing too unusual there. If I come out of the car, let's pop the hood. And period correct wheels and tires. Nothing's overdone. So here we are again. Just kind of nothing too unusual. Got a battery disconnect. Those are good to have on these old cars, along with the battery tender. And there's just a little factory 289 there. It's nothing too unusual, but I like things as stock as possible. I know that the chrome water pump isn't the way it came, and there's a few things. I did add power steering, so it was easier to drive, just to drive around, as well as the power brake booster. As you can see, though, we have a factory manifold there. Tried to go back to the valve covers that would come on it in 66. Air cleaner came on some models, but this probably would have had a blue one. Yeah, I like how things were so clean back then. Pretty simple. Just nothing too unusual there. I mean, look how simple those cars were. A lot different than today's cars, isn't it? It has the auto light. 4V carburetor. This was a 2V, but I did change it to a Ford 4V. That's a Ford 4V manifold as well. So if I do change something, I tried to keep it period correct if possible. Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. But overall, good looking car. I mean, I know it's not like a Concours standard car, but it's decent. It's a good, clean car. So there's what it looks like from that angle. And from the back, this isn't a GT model, so it has just the exhaust coming out underneath the valence there. It does have reverse lights. It has the 66 period correct gas cap. 65 was different. Yeah, that's what it looks like overall. Good looking car. Not perfect, but good looking car. I want to check out the interior again here. I like the little Mustang floor mats. Added in a radio that you could Bluetooth up. And here's the rally pack once again. I just think that's fun. I think that was a factory add-on. And that's the period correct gauge cluster. All the interior lights work. Let's pop the trunk. It's kind of fun to see in the trunk. Just a matter of figuring out which key goes in these, because they're all... Oh, got the first one, the first try. That was lucky. Oh, look at this. Mustang parts. Can't imagine how that could happen. Get some of this stuff out of here. Did some wiring harness replacement and other things. So pretty clean overall. Have a spare. Put a new tire on the spare so you're not left stranded. I don't need these stones in here either. Yeah, kind of fun. So yeah, kind of nice. Again, there's better cars out there, but pretty nice for what it is, for being as old as it is. There you have it, 66 Mustang, 289, automatic, 4V, adapted to a 4V. Kind of fun. I love these old cars. We'll do some more. I'll get the Mach 1 out. We'll drive it in the GT350R as well. But yeah, 66. Maybe partying with this car because we're doing a 65 fastback, and I just don't know. You can only drive so many cars. So I think this one's gonna go down the road. Not that there's a problem with it. I don't know. You can only drive so many cars. And I feel like Carroll Shelby said cars are made to be driven, and if you're not driving them, I don't know. I feel like this should be in someone's garage that's gonna drive it. The wheels. It does have a redone exhaust. Yeah, nice overall car. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're interested in more Mustang content, we'll be doing some more. But there is your Mustang. 66 Mustang Coupe. Yeah, just nice lines. You can see why the Mustang was a success, and you know, this is where it started. I mean, with the kind of the 60, some people say 64 and a half, but 65, 66 Mustang, 67s are great, 68, 69, 70, I like all of those. But I like the stance of the Mustang. And the Coupe, I mean, I think the Coupe has nice lines as well. But once again, how many cars can you drive and maintain? That's just the thing. All right, well, there you have it. Thanks for watching. If you want some other Mustang related content, then please like and subscribe. I do some things with the Ford Bronco and Mustang, so I never really started off intentionally being a Ford fan, but I just have gravitated towards some of these older cars and the newer ones because of their just the history and the looks and the performance. So yeah, just a Coupe. You can see why they sold a lot of these. I just think they're really nice looking cars. Even years later, you see a Mustang and you know what it is. And you know, this is where it started. I'll be posting little tidbits on the 65 fastback. It's just a 289 auto 2V fastback that I'm restoring. So if you want to see bits and pieces of that, that's a slower project, but we'll get it there. And you gotta, you know, the 289 sound. I just love the sound of the small block V8. This thing's cold, so it's just warming up. Just started it, and I haven't started this for months, and that's the way it sounds. Sounds so good. We're gonna do a little bit of a rev clip. I'm just gonna get in and hold it. So here we go. I'll just do a little rev clip. Motor is warm. Yep, he's warming up. Hasn't been started for months, and that's the way it sounds. Took a little cranking, but once it started up, just a great sound. Love that 289. Sounds good. And then from the other end, bear with me there. It just sounds good. That's all there is to it. That's all that motor ever does. It just starts and runs. I've never had any trouble with it. Something to be said about simplicity. All right, well, let's get in. Let's go for a short drive. Okay, here we are in the Mustang. Automatic, so we're just gonna put it in drive. And here we go. Lexi's rolling down the window.
Yeah.
I love these little vents on a hot day. Put those on you. I had a 64 Rambler that had those. That was for my first car. And this thing's surprisingly responsive. I mean, I'm barely hitting that gas pedal and it wants to go. We put a mild shift kit in this car. Not anything, it's not a race car, so nothing that aggressive, but just something to where when it shifts, it's not a slush box. You can see the tachometer there, clock. I love the old school speedometers and things, they're kind of fun. So here we are out on the highway, and this thing runs pretty good. Runs fine. You get into it, just burrs and goes. And how does it corner? You know, it's not a GT350, but you know what? It corners good enough. I mean, not an excessive amount of body roll for an old car. I mean, I like it. Handles better than my old Rambler did. And if you get into the throttle, it sounds good. That's just like, I don't know, half throttle. I always feel like these 289s have a lot of power for the weight of the car. I mean, I don't feel like this thing's underpowered, and it's a 66 model. We'll get through this corner and then get into the throttle again. Corner's pretty good. Runs strong. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about these Mustangs. I just like them. I always have. Lexi does too. Got my daughter with me. Got the old school gauges, fuel gauge, oil pressure, amps, temperature gauge, back when they gave you actual gauges. I just think it's kind of funny. I love these, how quirky these old cars are. And it's a decent ride. And I like how everything's open in these cars. You can see out the back. You can see out the back. I can see why they sold a lot of these. They're just nice to drive. I mean, I could drive this thing a long distance. They're just comfortable. Very open feel. So here it is, now that it's warmed up, what it sounds like. That's the way this Mustang always sounds. Great car, I love it. You can see why they were a success. See the 289 emblem there? It's kind of fun. And then the classic Mustang emblem there. The wheels. Disc brakes look good on the front. Classic Mustang in the corral. Ford. I did add a side mirror on this right side so you could see out. Yeah, just a good overall stance. Alright, there it is, 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe 289 automatic. Lots of fun. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more Mustang and car related content. Thanks for watching.